Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people all over the world, welcome to another episode of TylerBrianHour, a.k.a. TBH, a.k.a. TBR. I'm your co-host, B Heard, a.k.a. Brian, a.k.a. Prince, a.k.a. Prince Vegeta. Out there, I'm going to pass it to my boy, my brother, Mans and them, TTL. You want to say something to the people?
What up, though, people? It is your co-host, Tyler Libra, a.k.a. TTL, Libra Hendricks in the building. We are gathered here today on March 14th, 2023. Happy Tuesday to everybody here. Another TBH Tuesday for you in the building. We got a lot of wild shit to talk about, and we're hoping that you guys have a great and wonderful start to the week, and hopefully we can make you laugh here today.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was actually that's a stupid lie. I was about to tell you a stupid lie. My weekend was boring as fuck. It was boring as fuck. I stayed in this bitch for at least a good 2.5 days. It was solitary confinement. I didn't really want to be nowhere with anybody. Didn't want to really talk to nobody, and plus it was snowing. I really don't like going anywhere. I don't care if it's like a centimeter of snow. I don't like going anywhere in the snow. So I just parked my ass right here, put my shit on autoplay, and just kind of tuned out and watched some different shit that I wouldn't normally watch on Netflix. I watched some. Let's see, what did I watch? Oh, I got to watching I wanted to rewatch Power Rangers again. I watched Power Rangers, so I did that. Let's see, what else did I do? I looked up some juicing stuff because I'm trying to get my body right. As human beings get older, it's important for you to be able to get your body right and be able to, live for a long time. That's the most important thing. You got to be able to live as long as you can in this life and as fulfilling as you can. So that's what I'm trying to do with my body, and hopefully I get the answers that I need and get me some juicing cleanses going on and just be better physically all around. So that's what I've been doing this weekend.
Love to hear it. And anything interesting happened to you today? Or
no? Why you say that?
I was just asking. I didn't think.
Oh yeah. I took a big ass nap before you came. I woke up to your text and saying I'm on my way. So, everything was cut off. Lights, everything was cut off.
W nap. I want to try. I saw something on TikTok, and it was about a 24-hour fast. Basically, it's like a 3-day weekend. And just like you clean your whole entire system out. Basically, like you started at like 7 p.m. and then obviously you go to sleep. You wake up and you don't eat till 7:01 the next day, which is doable.
It's doable.
Hard as fuck though.
I did it before.
I like once I hear it now, I was like, ugh, like because I struggle just fasting to 2 o'clock.
Because you think about it, bro. Like, because like as if you get like me, you just gotta start drinking. Yeah. Just start drinking liquids. Just guzzle anything that you possibly can, pause. And just be able to like go through your day, just snack a little bit, just get you a little granola bar and whatever. And then just like go about your day. Cause I went 8 straight hours without eating nothing today at work. It wasn't until I got to about 8.5 where I had like, get this, I had like the little ass cake from the QT joints, the little ass square ass cakes that you begin. Mm-hmm. That everybody passed by. Yeah, I began those. So like that is what held me over until right now. So
and I think I do want to do a juice cleanse if I could too. It's the hardest part is not necessarily doing the diets. It's like obviously I work at a restaurant, so like when I get there on the weekend, it's always kind of hard to like stay disciplined and not want to get hungry or anything like that because you just have that aroma of food and just smelling it. And then
I'd be fat as fuck.
And then like just when I get home, like there's always some sort of snack in the house or something like that too. So it's just really like if I could control my environment, I think I would do really good. Like whenever I was in college or I had an apartment or had a place, whatever, I was really good just because I could kind of control what came in and out that like living area that I was in versus like being at the crib or working at a restaurant. Like I can't control what people bring in or what they offer. Like I think Like I think it was like a few weekends ago when I was doing the fasting of just not eating till like 2:00 in the afternoon. Like a shorty offered me a chip, but before I could even like say no, like it was already in my mouth. Like she basically was like a hair, and I just bit it because my hands were like occupied, and I was just like, "Fuck!" It's just like little shit like that that kind of gets in the way.
I'm mad she fed it to you.
Well, my hands were occupied. I mean, you know, I don't know. Some people can do that shit to me, and other people I'll just look at them like, "Yo, get that shit the fuck out." Like, not everybody could do that. It was definitely one of the homies that could. Wow, I had an interesting week to say the least. So Tuesday, after we got done on the podcast, I felt like me and Tyler had a good conversation, good podcast, and usually I could tell. I mean, I guess it's after later towards the week. I can usually tell when it's a good podcast when people start talking to me about it and like talk to me about like Tyler's performance, because niggas love to hype you up. Like I'm not a part of the product too, but I love it.
That's crazy, isn't it?
But no, I like it. I like it. I don't mind it. I like it. And then like right after the pod, get home tired. Dad texts me, and usually his text like a we need to talk text. I've never been good in the past. It's always have been like someone has died or anything like that. So I start like kind of freaking out on the low. I'm like, we straight? Like we good? And he's like, yeah, we good. We just need to talk. So it's like, all right, I don't know what to expect. But to say the least without saying a lot, that's a real nigga, man. That me and him had a healthy, organic, like real nigga talk, real nigga conversation. And to me, like, that is a black superhero. Like, just that I like I don't know. I'm always about perspective. Like I think the videos that I've always liked, or the things that I've always liked about podcasting or whatever, is not necessarily the product. I like to see the behind the scenes. I like to see how somebody thinks and how they come up to a sort of strategy or guide. So to get someone I look at as a role model's insight and hindsight to what he's saying and what he's doing, is always dope to me. And then he always said something. He said something to me too, because I texted him like a few days after, and I was like, "Yo, I appreciate that conversation." Although I didn't want to have the conversation because sorry as fuck, like because I just spent 2 hours talking to Tyler. So then I came home and then spent 2 hours talking to my dad, and like we was having a great ass conversation, but I just kept yawning in the middle of it, not to be like disrespectful. It's just like, I was like, "Yo, fam, I'm tired. I just got done talking."
You know how black parents be. You literally got to be engaged the whole time. Otherwise, they'd be like, "Nigga, you ain't listening."
Mm-hmm. And then, because what had happened was, I guess, you know, obviously I told Tyler that I was feeling some sort of way, and I was kind of feeling some sort of way a few ways ago. I didn't feel like I posted anything crazy. And then again, I guess it could have been the podcast too. I really don't know. But I told one person how I truly felt, and I don't think they are snitch in my family. I really don't. I feel like that's the one person I can't trust wholeheartedly. But somehow, some way, unbeknownst to me, it got back to my dad, and everybody was just like on cold red, like, "Hey, nigga, you don't know what the fuck going on with your son?" But I even looked at my Facebook post, and I didn't feel like I posted anything crazy. I didn't post anything out of the ordinary. Like I always tell Tyler, and I always tell people, if you don't see me post anything, even if it's like a sad meme, even if it's something I feel like I can relate to, if you don't see me post nothing, like I just go cold turkey, that's when you should be scared. But so I kind of got back to my dad, and then like my dad said he would kind of like the whole Angelina Jolie conversation that we was having like last week. He said he would have felt some way if something were to happen, and he had no clue. So then he was just trying to get the insight of what was going on with me. And then that's how that whole conversation translated and happened. And then I'm going to listen to my dad too, because he's basically saying like, yeah, like, dog, you work yourself to death and you still not where you want to be. And I believe in your dream. I believe you could do it, but he's just like, just get you a nice, solid job to where you can have weekends off, so that way you're not burnt out. You're probably just doing too much. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but at the same time, it's like, it's kind of my fault too. So I really, like, I don't have an outlet of a release of everything I kind of do is always kind of catered towards something. So it's kind of hard to, I guess, relax. And this was a good back and forth conversation. It was kind of stuff that me and Tyler already talked about, so I don't want to beat a dead horse. But it was just a good conversation to have. And then I think, what did my dad say in that text? He was just like, yeah, he's like, I'm going to make sure your goals happen. Like, to me, that was the illest shit that anyone's ever said to me. And then I was just like, damn, that's a real nigga. So, like, had a healthy conversation. And I even kind of got to the point of him, too, because, like, my dad is, like, my dad, like the high school niggas, like as soon as they see you, it's on site. And I was just telling them that, like, yo, like that's part of the reason why I never really wanted to open up, just because, like, nigga, you want smoke as soon as I see you. It's like I don't want to be like a Debbie Downer, so I just kind of take the joke and just keep it pushing. But I don't want to be like, God damn, niggas don't feel like getting roasted at 7 o'clock in the morning. Good morning, nigga. How was your day? Like, that's how I be feeling. But obviously I do that shit internally. And then he showed me where he was coming from. He's just like, yo, I didn't mean it like that. It's just like, I figured everybody in this household could joke and shoot the shit, just because, like, the world's some bullshit. So that's how I'm coming off, is like, keep joking, keep it light mood. And I was like, I feel you, but like when I go in here and get in the crib, that's why I go to relax. Like, that's why I try to find peace. So that's, it was just different opinions and stuff like that. So that was cool. But yeah, had that healthy conversation. That was good. That was great. Wednesday, Thursday, nothing too crazy really happened. Friday, I went out dolo. Was out for like 3 hours or so. Nothing too crazy. It's just more so like with me, any characteristic that you need to know from me. Usually, if I go out, it's usually two things. It's like, one, I either want to go out within that time frame of wanting to go out, because like I just went out on a whim, and so that's why it's kind of hard for me to plan certain shit with certain people. And then two, I usually want to go out to do with the thing. Like, if I go out with, say, Tyler and Caleb, if I'm kicking it with Tyler and Caleb, usually I don't care what we do. But if I want to go out and do a specific thing, I'm not trying to hear that they don't want to do something, if that makes sense. Like it's more of an event planning thing rather than like not wanting to kick it with the homies thing. So it's like, it's just a matter of, that's why I usually, if I go out somewhere dolo, I just go dolo, just because I know I could get in and out and I want to do whatever it is I want to do. I had a good time. It was fun. I think everything is good in moderation. I was looking forward to Saturday though. Saturday we had a plan of like Tyler, Caleb, and myself going out to eat and then going to see the movies. But obviously, like Tyler said earlier, it snowed like crazy.
The whole ass weather, man.
Man. And then I ain't gonna lie, niggas was driving nuts. That was the worst part. That was the scariest drive I had in a long time, to where people were just driving like that shit wasn't snowing and wasn't coming down. And then I had a homegirl. Shout out to her. I'm not gonna obviously air her name out. I think she told me she don't listen to the podcast, so fuck it. I kind of don't care. But her goofy ass decided to hit me up Saturday talking about some, yo, my friend's stuck. We gotta go get her. Fuck, dude, like, you call me like I'm super nigga. Like, I'm just gonna fix today. And I was like, so what? I was like, okay, so we're gonna help your friend get unstuck. What do you expect me to do? And then she just started giving it up immediately. It's like, well, I got the shovel. I was like, oh, so you want me to do the heavy lifting shit? Okay, that's why you called me. It's like, well, and then you know how women are. Love y'all, but some of y'all, how y'all brains work is just crazy to me. She was like, well, you don't have to go if you don't want to. It's like, but you called. Now you're gonna put me in the position to where I look like the asshole if I just hang up and don't want to go. So I was like, all right, well, when was the last time you talked to your homegirl? She's like, well, 5 minutes ago. And I was like, all right, I guess she was on her way to come pick me up. And I'm like, well, just call me. I'm like, make sure you talk to her before you scoop me up, just in case. She's like, okay. Sure enough, halfway in between her getting to me and then, to pick me up, she get a call. She calls me and talk about, oh, yeah, my homegirl got out. I was like, oh, she got unstuck? What did she do? Just keep messing with the wheel or something like that? She's like, oh, no, her boyfriend came and got her and helped her. Baby girl. She got a nigga. What you call me for? If she got a nigga, y'all didn't think to call the nigga before y'all called me? And I'm not even saying that off some like petty shit, like I'm trying to really help out the, like, nigga, what? So, but thankfully, everybody got out. Everybody was safe. Everybody was cool. So, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have to go nowhere on that Saturday.
That's the part about it. The nigga probably didn't even want to help either.
Probably. That's what I'm saying. That's what she was calling me. She was calling me as if, like, she needed to pick up her homegirl, like, right then and there, like, help her get unstuck, which was probably true. But at the same time, it was just like, by the time we get there, she could have been called somebody else. She could have been unstuck. She could have been on her way home. And
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck what the fuck you could have did that nigga like you just had this like y'all probably would have came. Just imagine the scenario if y'all would have both came there, y'all would have had the same shovel and everything. What
more could I have done?
What other shit that you know that this nigga didn't know about?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, I'm guessing, like, obviously, the more bodies you have, the better. Like, if you put it in neutral or something, and, like, say we push the car to get it unstuck from whatever.
Like, baby, I know you good, but this nigga right here.
And that's why I'm like, I was just like, yeah, what you call me for? Like, not because I wouldn't do it. It was just more so of, like, I don't literally look at myself as, like, the handy nigga with certain areas. Like, I help, but if you ain't got a plan, we both kind of fuck. And
you would have been pressed as hell. You would have got her stuck. He'd be like, damn, so that's what you do?
So that's why
you didn't even need me, huh?
So, because I was just like, and mind you, this was also another reason why you're like, oh, Brian, you're so shallow, you're so selfish, whatever. Another reason why I feel this way, ladies, is because this was like to get home from my second job. If I take the freeway, it's like 10, 15 minutes. If I go just off the streets, 20 to 25 minutes, give or take, depending on how traffic is.
And they like Des Moines is big too, so it really had to been.
So, but it took me like 45 to 50 minutes to get home. This was niggas driving crazy. It was stressful as fuck. Finally made it home in one piece. Got out the car, got comfortable, took off the socks, the shoes, got warm and toasty, and then I got a nigga. It's like I just made it. Like on a GTA mission, and somebody just called you right back. And then, so that's another reason why I was feeling some sort of way. And I know you got a joke. You just thought of one. What you thought?
No, I didn't think of anything. I just like with that whole GTA mission, that shit crazy as hell because they do be like, hey, I need you to come up.
Like, yo, y'all can't get me? Like, why I gotta meet
like, damn, nigga, I just got shot at. What you talking about?
Like, bro, I just got out the hospital. I just left the police station. They just took my money. It's like, nigga, you don't hurry up and do this mission.
And you fail the mission, they be like, you want to do it again?
Like, nigga.
Nigga.
Or they get out the car like they ain't riding with you. Like, I can't believe this shit. CJ, like, nigga, get your ass in the car. But, yeah, man. So, I mean, had to deal with that, and then daylight savings came, and yeah, I've been tired ever since.
Every single year, daylight savings whoops my ass because I'm texting one of y'all niggas what the real time is every single year. I don't think a year has faded where I haven't texted one of y'all and been like, hey, so my clock reads this, but what's y'all's clock say? And
well, the problem is, I think it's done.
Yeah.
So that's somewhat. I think we had that conversation at work at my restaurant job. He was like, "Nigga, how the fuck they finna just say it's over? Like, who the fuck? What are y'all to say? Yeah, we ain't doing this shit no more." Like, that's kind of crazy when you think about it.
I just think to myself, I'm like, yo, whoever be working like night shifts. Like, I know my mom was happy as hell.
That is fire. Yeah. That would be fire. Actually,
she be leaving work early anyway, so she was like, "Oh yeah, it's 3. It went from 3 to 1. Oh yeah, I got an hour left. Fuck y'all talking about."
That'd be lit.
So yeah,
that'd probably be the only day it'd be worth it to work a night shift. But
sound asleep like a baby, so I didn't really see the time skip.
Nah, I woke up.
I should time skip like hit.
So today, I fell asleep.
Hit might be goated, by the way.
And then I woke up at like 3 or so. I was trying to upload the podcast video to the Dropbox. Took forever. Finally got uploaded. Had to take it off the Dropbox file on my PC to put it on Adobe Premiere. Put it on Adobe Premiere, rendered it, and then I was uploading it as I was getting ready for work. So what happened was when I uploaded it, it got to like 96% uploaded, but it was like 15, 9, 10, give or take, somewhere in that time zone. So I had to get ready to leave for work. So I decided to turn off my PC. When I thought it was uploading it, I thought it was more so like it was already technically uploaded, and it was a standard def version, because then they have to upload the HD version. Didn't get uploaded. So I turned off my PC. And then what's ironic too is I actually came home and I was home to where I could be on my PC. So, and this is episode 115. So this is this is episode 116. This is episode 115 I'm talking about. And so I come home and then I deleted the video, like the video of episode 115 because I'm thinking it uploaded. I'm thinking it's just stuck. I just got to refresh YouTube and it'll upload. Didn't fucking upload. So I tried to download all this storage things and recovery things because I deleted it from the bin on my computer. And there's no luck of recovering that video, not finding that video. So then now I had to go back to Dropbox, try to upload it to Dropbox. And the worst part about Dropbox is like once you take it off of Dropbox, it doesn't copy the file. So instead of having two files on there, it just takes whatever file you upload is the same file you take off Dropbox to put on your PC. So I had to re-upload it to Dropbox, uploaded to Google Drive. I had to basically put it on my MacBook to see if I could upload it to Google Drive. Had to do all this technical shit just for the episode not to get uploaded. So I was stressing out about that. And mind you, I've only had like 3 hours of sleep. I've been working on this one episode, so technically it'd be an episode behind. Been working on this one episode for about 6-7 hours today. And then the whole reason I came home for my break is my mother called me and she was like, she locked herself out of the house, so she needed basically me to come home to get to unlock her. So I was like, cool. So I drive home, and then my mom crazy as hell. She calls me. She calls me. I'm not even getting to that point yet. She calls me and she's like, oh no, I told her, I was like, hold on, let me finish this cart. So I had to like put two things away. And then I put the cart away, and then I clock out, and then I end up seeing my manager. I'm like, yo, I'm going to go take my 30, but, like, my mom's locked out the house, so I got to go unlock the, like, house for her, da-da-da. He's all right, you good, just take your time. So I'm like, cool. I get in the car. She's like, yo, you coming? I'm like, nigga, I told you, just give me a second to at least, I didn't even get a chance to get in the car yet. And so, like, yeah, so I drive home. And ironically, when I said I had the conversation with the manager, keep that in mind. So I come home. And then my mom's sitting there. It's like, you just missed it. They got in an argument with dude. And I'm like, who? I'm thinking she talking about one of the neighbors. So I'm over here like, oh, like I'm about to get my tea. Like, what? This crazy. She's like, no, I got an argument with dude. I'm like, you got an argument with the neighbor? What the fuck happened? And then like, she's like, no, the neighbor. What happened was the neighbor ordered DoorDash or something like that. And
it must have just been the wrong nigga on the like. It must have just it must have just not been his day today or something. Well, honestly, that's the whole thing. But go on. I'm gonna let you build.
Yeah, let me get to the story. So, not to indict my whole neighborhood, but the way that like my houses are structured on my side of the street is that the driveways that are to your house are on the left side. So, you know, I guess it hindsight being 2020 is kind of a common mistake. Like I've definitely seen drivers and like Uber drivers kind of do that to me. Like if they like going to drop me off, they've dropped me off in my neighbor's driveway to the right of me. When it's like, nigga, that's not my driveway. Yeah. And so I've had it happen to me. I've seen like niggas drop off my food at like my neighbor's house. Whatever. So he parks his car.
You gotta go in there and steal your own. Hey, I had to do that. I had to steal my own shit from my neighbor's side because they dropped off the wrong package. They did that with the Iversons. I was like, oh yeah, nigga, I'm getting this.
Yeah, and I mean they've done that with like
open up the gate, all type of shit.
Yeah, they've done that with like envelopes too, just all types of stupid shit. So, but I've had to like drop those off too. So yeah, so he parks in my driveway. And then my mom's sitting on the curb, obviously. Well, not curb, but she's sitting on the stairs because obviously she can't get in the house. And she's like, yo, like, you gotta move your car. Like, that's not their driveway. And then the guy kind of brushes her off like, oh, just be a second, be just a second. Da, da, da. And then I guess they get into this shouting match. And like, she's like, well, no, move your fucking car. Like, it's not their driveway. Like, I'm gonna fuck you just dropping some shit off. Move, nigga. And then he was like, oh, man, shut the fuck up. And then I think she said something, I don't know, she said something slick to the lines of like, what if I'm having a bad day? He's like, what if I'm having a bad fucking day? Because I guess they get in a shouting match and they're like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And then like, fuck you, bitch. And then like, I guess he gets in the car and drives off. And then like, mom's like, fuck your mom, bitch. Or some shit like that. And then of course,
crazy.
Of course, I don't see the car. I pull up and then she's telling me all this. And I'm kind of getting irritated because I'm just like, damn, if I ain't, like I was walking out and I stopped to turn to talk to my manager to let him know where I was going to be. So I'm thinking, like, even in those couple of minutes of me just doing that, could I have caught Duke? And then if I caught Duke, how would I have handled the situation? Because I was kind of like on my way here, I was playing it in two different ways. Was like, if I got there and they got in the shouting match, but he get quiet, like he kind of tense up, like size me up or whatever, like he don't want to talk no more, I think I would have let it go, like calm my mom down, let dude just drive off. But now, had I get out the car and he see me, still size me up, I'm like, man, no, fuck you, bitch, and think I'm finna just let that shit slide. Now we got a different conversation on that. Now I got to press Duke. Now I got to see what you about. And me personally, I don't like fighting at home base. I think it's the dumbest shit ever. I think it was always so stupid to me, even as a middle schooler, even as a high schooler, even as a college student, when niggas would be like, no, pull up, and they put their whole fucking address on the internet, and then they have the nigga got the drop on you whenever you want to. And if a nigga crazy enough, he could really do some fucked up shit. I don't like that scenario. And I don't like the scenario of like, just even like in this scenario where my mom's by herself. Like, because to me personally, not saying women are exempt from being called bitches, hoes, sluts, this and the third, or like there's niggas out there that would put their hands on a woman. I don't agree with that, but there is a world where that exists, right? To me, I'm not yelling at someone or cussing out like a woman. Not even if I think they have somebody there that I want to fight. To me, like if I remove a woman from this standpoint. If it was an older dude, the only way I'm cussing out an older dude or like motherfucker this and there, you ain't gonna do shit, is I'm trying to fight that nigga. So that's my whole point of like bringing it back of why I wouldn't talk to a woman like that, because I'm not gonna put my hands on a woman,
right?
Older or not. But with Duke yelling at my mom like that, to me, like I gotta see you, because you like. Granted, was he in the wrong? He could have just ignored my mom. I don't think my mom's that fucking crazy. I don't know if she is kind of crazy, but I don't think she's that crazy to where she would pull up on nigga because she get ignored.
No, she that crazy.
Nah, because there's been situations where I think she could go and she don't go. So
nowadays, probably not.
Not even back then. But that's what I'm saying is like my mom wouldn't have done no shit like that. And I think another thing about it too is I think when my mom was waiting, because she was supposed to get my grandma to take my grandma to an appointment. I think she was on the phone with my dad. So my dad's hearing the conversation. So this nigga's going ballistic on the phone. Thank God he wasn't there. Because like me, I could have been there. Maybe I would have sized the nigga up and then it would have been cool, whatever. My dad don't go.
Been like 3 ambulances.
Yeah, my dad would have been on go.
We got that four nickel out. That faux nickel.
So I then I also thought of a scenario where I'm like, all right, if I come back out here, it's raps. I'm gonna go grab that tool, and I would hope he would have took the sign to just skirt off and not come back. But so the whole reason why I'm telling this story, the whole reason why I'm even telling this story is because
I'm playing long shit.
Is because of Snapchat, and I know what y'all thinking. Like, why is Snapchat? Because some people think, I know I do post some crazy stuff, but some people think I just post crazy stuff just to post crazy stuff. Like I want all this attention. No, what happened was, and the whole reason why I'm bringing up Snapchat is, I don't know if you noticed, on the Snap map, I don't have my avatar. Like, you don't know where I'm at on the Snap map. I put that shit in ghost mode.
Same.
But if you look on a Snap map, there's hotspots near areas. So if you click on an area, it shows you what someone posted. I seen a nigga post like a meal like in a passenger seat as if they were doing DoorDash. So I saw that and I wanted to add the nigga because the way that my mom described him, like his Abby looked like it could have been him.
You went forensic files on him.
But I didn't want to jump out the window because I didn't know if it was Duke. So that's why I posted what I posted. If you have me on Snapchat, that's why I posted what I posted. I didn't post that for the attention. I didn't post that to have niggas like DM me or talking about like, well, what happened? Appreciate all of y'all that want to ride. Like I appreciate like Caleb, appreciate Ron, appreciate Tyler. Like that mean a lot. That niggas was going to slide from my mom. I thought that was kind of ill. I was like, damn, this is my mom, but that's fine to me. But
I really know her.
Well,
though.
yeah, you know her though. But that's why I posted it, because I'm like, all right, and I made it public too, because I'm like, if this nigga see that and somebody add me and say, nah, that was me, nigga, what's up? I'm on his ass.
I beat shit down your leg over 4 moms. Ron's mom, your mom, Kayla's mom, and then my mommy.
That's a fact.
I'm beating shit down somebody's leg, boy.
So that's why I posted that. And then, yeah, so I went from... And what's crazy too is like just thinking about it from the like life aspect, and that's another reason why I was thinking about it. I was like, thank God that I wasn't there, because who knows where I could have been, how this ends up.
I've been on the ground, bro.
Stop. But and then also the scenario of me just uploading the video, I could have not been through all the stress and bullshit that I went through for the podcast.
You know what would have been crazy? Never mind. I'm gonna let you rock.
Actually, it's funny that you bring it up, because we're gonna bring something up to dead it officially on the podcast, because, like I said earlier, people, I know when it's a good episode when people start talking about you and how you performed and how you did, because like when Tyler goes crazy, they go crazy. But one thing we have to dead, and it's like Tyler knows me, and I fuck with Tyler. And I kind of take it in one ear and out the other. Like when Tyler calls me silly and goofy and all that shit like that, like, yeah, I don't like it. But like I said, Tyler knows me. I can brush it off. I can do this and a third. One thing we're going to have to dead, and it's not even me. So I'm not even saying to dead the shit. I just noticed an influx of niggas. I appreciate y'all fans in some sort of way. Like you commented, you took your time out of your day to comment on the post that TylerBrianHour has, whether it be on YouTube.
Thank you, by the way.
Well, hold on. Whether it be on YouTube, TikTok, or whatever. But this nigga knows me. This nigga is close to me. So y'all niggas calling me a silly and goofy, that shit's not finna fly.
Random ass niggas you ain't never met.
But I say that to say that.
Oh yeah, Brian a whole ass nigga.
But see, I say that to say. Great. I say that to say is like I don't want that trickle down effect to my pops. Because I know you have a running joke with my pops, but we gonna dead that shit. That shit's over with. I know you laughing, but I'm dead ass serious. Because like I said earlier, because that nigga's a black superhero to me. We gotta dead that shit.
That nigga will run down on y'all.
But that's also another thing too. But that's another thing too. I don't want to put my father in that situation. I wouldn't want to put someone like you care about in that situation either. Because like I said, I do the podcast. Tyler do the podcast. If a nigga run up on us, like, oh, Tyler, you crazy ass, wild ass nigga, da-da-da-da, you might be able to brush it off. My dad is not going to be able to brush it off. That some random nigga going to call up to him like, oh, you goof. Well, you ain't like that. You ain't got the tool on you. My dad going to be like, who the fuck is this nigga? But I also don't want to put my dad in that situation. I can handle it because I brush it off. It's like, yeah, whatever, nigga. Da, da, da. But I don't want to put my father in that situation. So that's something we got dead. Because it's already started to slip out and happen to me. And I'm like, okay, I don't like this shit. So I just want to stop that shit. Dead that shit. No more slander on pops. Ever. That's really it.
I respect that. And I'll respect that.
Because it's already slipping out to me, and I'm like, I don't want it to happen to my dad, and my dad had to beat somebody's ass or get in a situation to where he feels threatened. I do not want that. Same with my mom. But
yeah, we gonna stop. A disclaimer on that. Like I've known Brian's people, his family, for 24 years of my life. Like legit. Like the shit that y'all saying on here, y'all don't know nothing about. Y'all ain't never seen these niggas in your life. You ain't never talked to these niggas in your life. So everything that you saying is not valid, and everything that you saying is pretty much just shit that you heard me say.
Okay, but man, make sure you don't say that valid part. That valid part was crazy. What? Said not valid.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it was like, I'm the one that reads the comments. Because for those of you who don't know, I'm the one that like checks the YouTube.
These are jokes, by the way, motherfucker. I don't really.
Well, hey, I know, but I'm saying like I check the comments, right? So like, I be seeing a lot of motherfuckers like, yeah, Brian goofy as hell, yeah, silly ass nigga. I'm just like, hey, y'all getting shut the fuck up. Like y'all niggas do not know me. Like I am not. Like we like and I was like, and I saw one about my pops. He's like, yeah, but Pop ain't even like that. It should fall from the tree. Hey, get your little one laugh in, but I was like, yeah, I deleted that shit. Fuck you, nigga. Yeah. I have it to where I see every comment before it gets commented.
God. He said, I'm not
going for that shit. Y'all crazy
daddy.
As hell.
I'm not taking this for my daddy.
But
man,
yeah, let's get into these topics though, because we are 1.5 hours in.
Major.
Do you feel like?
All right, let's get to it.
Do you feel like?
I feel like
the NBA is racist? So did you see the JJ Redick and Perkins clip?
I didn't.
So let me explain to the audience before you chime in. Basically, it was Kendrick Perkins, and it was talking to JJ Redick, and NBA First Take with Stephen A. Smith and all that stuff. And the funny thing, somebody put out, they was like, "Damn, this is the first time I've ever seen Stephen A. Smith shut the fuck up." But basically, they were talking about the MVP, and they were talking about the MVP voting list. And I think it's like 60-something white people on the voting list, and then the rest are minorities. And I think even with the minorities, I think it's like, I want to say split like 20 are black and then 20 is like other.
Like other.
And I think Taylor Rooks is like one of 2 females on there. And obviously she's a black woman. I don't know who the other one is. I don't know who the list is for the MVP voting is. But with the list of MVP voting, they're saying that it could be racist. And then JJ Redick his pretty much standpoint was just like, it's not racist. Like Kendrick Perkins had a point to argue that it very well could be racist, but at the same time with Jokic, I feel like it's hard to make that point because the last 2 MVPs, I feel like one year, I don't have the numbers in front of me because I don't have my phone because obviously we record the podcast through my phone, so I can't look these up to prove these statistics. But I think one year was a clear cut. Jokic should have been MVP, and then another year,
was it Giannis?
No, because it was Embiid. It was one year where it was like, I think it was a toss-up, but I think Jokic had the better numbers. But I think, because one year they didn't give it to Embiid because he didn't have enough games played, and I think that was the first year where it was a toss-up. And then the second year, I think it was more clear, but they still didn't give it to Embiid. And now Jokic has kind of been the front runner for the second, like for at least the start of 2023. And they had this debate whether like the MVP voters are racist or not. So I guess my question to you is, do you feel like Jokic should be even not in the conversation, he should be in the conversation. Do you feel like he should still be the front runner currently right now as this day recording? And do you feel like the MVP voting is racist?
Who's just to go off the top, who's in the race? Is it Jokic? And I know one of your boys is Tatum. Ain't
yeah, but he's kind
of
like a far fourth though, because I would probably put like currently I would put Jokic, possibly Embiid, and then Giannis.
You would throw Giannis in there for like the fifth year in a row.
Yeah, but that's really it for the debate.
I can't even.
Well, we'll answer this question first. Do you think it's racist? Do you think there is some coercion going around or collusion, however you say the word, going around the NBA potentially with the MVP voting?
I don't think it's necessarily racist. I think that I think there's not enough. I think there's just not enough minorities that have a hearsay in the voting, I guess. That's really the only way I would think that it would possibly could be racist, but
what is like? I think there's 20% black people. Which 20% is not it's enough to sway. I don't think it's enough to take over, but 20%.
I would say 20% is still below.
But I mean, even if it's 20%, if it's 2020, 60, that's not terrible odds. I guess it just depends on who the voters are and what are they looking at.
I think they need to start throwing names on these voters. Like, are they?
Some of them are known. Some of them, like I said, I just know on my phone, so I can't look it up.
Like, a lot of them are sports analysts. Some of them are
former coaches, players,
journalists, former coaches, players.
Like I said, Taylor Rooks is one. I think Kendrick Perkins is one. I think maybe Stephen A's one. There is a legit amount of household names. I feel like
Stephen A's in the mix every single year as far as voting goes.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a committee. You get on the committee and stuff like that.
But I don't know. It's hard to tell. And with that rhetoric, I don't know. The NBA, you got to prove to us that it's not what it is. It's not racist.
Well, it's America, so.
Well, yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like there is years that MVPs get snubbed. And to some degree, it's a politic game because LeBron, I don't think he should win the MVP this year, but he is having a great, amazing year. I think he's still putting up like damn near 36-6.
Nigga's still injured too.
And but I mean, he's still playing to a high level when he's playing. And
year 20 or 19. 20?
20.
Yeah, that's 20. Damn.
And then but there was years prior to where LeBron was just on a tear. Like, I want to say 27-7 was a common year for LeBron. But LeBron set that standard so that it's technically LeBron's standard. Anyone else that, say, like if a Steph Curry did a 27-7 and 7, he would have been an MVP just off those principles alone. But it's not fair because it's LeBron. And then, obviously, there's some bullshit in the MVP voting. I will say that because Steve Nash, let's be honest, Steve Nash should not have 2. 1 year Kobe went, don't do the big eye. 1 year Kobe went ballistic, bro. Kobe averaged like 30 points and had better assists and better rebounds and a better efficiency rating than Steve Nash. And they still gave it to that nigga. Just for the Suns to be ass. And I think get like a first or second round exit.
First round exit.
But
them niggas had Maury Stoudemire too.
And then like... But that's the thing is like, yes, there's been a few years where it shouldn't have gone to the person that it went to. So if you want to say like at those certain times that it could have been racist or there was coercion now because we are more inclusive and more like I bet you the 60-20-20 was probably not the case a few years back, maybe even like deeper to where like more about inclusion and representation is important in this, that, and the third. But Jokic is him, dog. Like Jokic is averaging a triple-double. The only reason why I don't like this argument of Jokic not being a front runner is ludicrous is because at first, if you want to say Jokic shouldn't have won one of those 2 MVPs prior to, sure, because the Nuggets were like a 5th seed or a 6th seed. Like the Nuggets weren't that great, but also that was because he didn't have Michael Porter Jr. He didn't have Jamal Murray. He didn't have his dogs with him. He got Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray this year.
Jamal Murray.
The Nuggets are first place in the West. He's averaging a triple-double. He's shooting efficiently. He's rebounding efficiently. He's shooting for the free throw line efficiently. Like, all his numbers are up. Like, this, I want to argue this is his best year so far. So if he keeps it going and the Nuggets finish the number 1 seed in the West, and people argue that the West is technically harder. Yeah, it's harder since Kyrie Irving went to the West and KD went to the West. So he's having his best year now, and now y'all want to say he doesn't deserve a 3rd MVP? I think what people are afraid of, and like where the Kendrick Perkins kind of conversation went to, I don't think he flat out thinks it's racist. Well, I mean, it could be. Like, I think Bahani Jones had a really good point, and he's like, it's still America. Like don't get it twisted. Like, so it very well could be racist. You know what I'm saying? These are like all the owners are like elder states, white men, like usually, like I get what they're trying to say, but my only point with the Jokic thing is I think what the NBA is afraid of, truthfully, there's not like outside of LeBron, like especially when LeBron retires,
who's really going to be the face?
There's not an American one, because even like
Luka, no,
Luka's international. Giannis is international. Embiid's international. Jokic is international. There's one more player.
You think that they look at them more wholesome if they're not international? Is that why they're always seem to be in the running for the most probably prestige award that you could get in the NBA?
Say that again?
You think they look at them as international players? Do you think they look at them as more wholesome and more unproblematic than they were if they were American? That thought really just came to my mind.
No,
because you think about Giannis, he's not really problematic. He stays out of the way. You don't really hear about him outside of basketball.
But I don't think that deserves an MVP. I just don't think there's.
I think they're starting to look at it as a on and off the court type of thing, though.
Not necessarily, because even if Ja didn't have the incident he had, I still don't think they would have looked at Ja as the MVP. Especially when I think it's just hard to argue against what Jokic is doing. If he already got two, it's kind of like an Aaron Rodgers thing. If Aaron Rodgers goes crazy in the season, it's hard not to give him the MVP. Because the way he carried the Packers and how the Packers were.
It depends on how the team is actually doing as a whole. Because if he's like 4-8, then
that's a different argument. But if he's like 10-7 and they went to the playoffs and went to the NFC Championship game and he still did efficient, like what? Not this year, but last year. They were in the NFC. No, were they? No,
divisional round.
Yeah, they were divisional round, and he won the MVP. Or was that 2 years ago?
Was that the championship? Was that the NFC Championship? That might have been the NFC Championship game.
That was
a year ago. Because they had to go through. Because they had.
He won. Didn't he win it last year? I felt like he won it just recently.
Because they would have had to go through San Francisco. They would have had to go through.
No, I know what you're saying. You're talking about the Tampa Bay one. I'm saying I thought he won it last year though, because they were in the
NFC Championship game last year.
No,
or was that the divisional?
That was divisional.
All right,
but I thought they had to bye
because they saw San Francisco.
Right.
Yeah,
but they fought them. Well, I guess they didn't play them that one year. No, maybe they did. No.
Because the Rams won the Super Bowl, so I mean, they had to fade. It had to go accordingly like this. They had to go to San Francisco, and then San Francisco had to go to L.A. Obviously, L.A. won, and then they went to the championship.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to get at is like, was that his MVP year or was it the year prior?
It was the year prior, I think. Because who won MVP last year?
Might have been him, because isn't he a 4-time? He's a 4-time MVP.
He might got 4 of them things.
No, he got 4. I just don't know. I thought it was back-to-back. But that's what I'm saying. It's like Jokic is in a position. I say all that to say that Jokic is in a position to where, yeah, like you said, kind of like he got a clean image. He's perfect. He's literally playing the best basketball he's ever played. Now the argument was prior to was he didn't play that good. He didn't lead that team very far. They're the number 1 seed. There's not much you can say. And I hope that the MVP voters, that's the only thing that's awkward about the MVP is it's never given right away at the end of the season. It's always given away towards the middle of the playoffs. So I hope they don't take the playoffs in consideration, but they might take the playoffs in consideration. But
I personally, no. Because you know how every sport has their own like honors and stuff like that. NFL honors, NBA honors or whatever. I was thinking that they should just do it at the ESPYs. But that'd be horrible.
No, that's too far into the...
That's too far into
That's like literally like June-ish.
Yeah. I gotta wait to get my award clear in June. Season over.
Basically. So then I guess I don't know. It was a kind of a discussion of MVP. Who would you have as your front runner right now? I still got Jokic. I'm not even saying that because I got him in a parlay, but I'm saying to me, Jokic has had the best, most consistent season too.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with his best friend, Luka.
No, because Luka would literally, if he was playing how he's playing, and then the Mavericks were good, then I could see a world where you go Luka. But the Mavericks are not that good.
There's been years when Aaron Rodgers wasn't that good, and this nigga still got. The Packers weren't that good, and this nigga still got MVP. So,
but it's like what you said. It's not like they would give it to him if he's 4-8. They wouldn't.
You got me. You got me.
You're funny. So you go Luka. I mean, I'm not mad at that. That's what I had at the beginning of the season. It was the Luka or Jokic. Who's the fifth international player that I'm thinking of? I could see it right now, and I'm just be pissed. But I got Joker. I think he'll get 3. I think he's gonna get 3 of them and piss everybody off. But will the Nuggets do anything in the playoffs? I don't know.
I don't know.
But it's gonna be more mainly a sports podcast. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the topics are all sports, except for like a few. But
we in the lottery. We done lost 12 games in a row, people. We are in the lotto.
But I wanted to talk about this topic too, because this is something that I wanted to go in hand to hand. What do you think of load management as far as sports go?
I think it depends on how. I like load management depending on the player and how long the player's been in the league. Like, say for like obviously the load management of all time, manager of all time, Kawhi.
Mm-hmm.
All NBA load management is crazy. He's number one.
So, but how do you feel about it?
How do I feel about it?
From the fan perspective, because we are fans, we are consumers, we are also consumers who don't live in a city or state where we have an NBA team, so we don't have the luxury of getting 41 chances of seeing like your Pistons or something like that. So how do you feel about it from that aspect? Because I get what you're saying from just a general aspect, but like from I can only go to 1 game or 2 games. How do you feel about it from that aspect?
As far as a fan aspect, I mean, obviously there's disappointment, but as far as you got to think about it for the players, players play 82 games a season, bro. Hard ass games.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a fan that can't tell me that any sport, any one game can't be hard as fuck. And like it's a rigorous sport. It's a very demanding sport. And you gotta look at it at their perspective too. Like if a nigga doesn't want to play that game, especially if it's like a team like the Spurs or the Pistons,
But my ticket is what helps you get paid your millions of dollars.
If it's guaranteed money, you're getting paid regardless. No matter how many games you set out for. You can sit out for the whole season, and if it's guaranteed money, you still getting that bread.
Yeah, but you got to think about it from the fans aspect. The reason you're getting paid is because people want to see you play.
Yeah.
And then, I'm also playing devil's advocate. How I generally feel about it, it's a weird slippery slope. So this is a hot take. If, take Tyler's a Pistons fan. Take Detroit niggas that live in Detroit. I do not necessarily feel if Detroit had a superstar, if they had like the Bad Boys or whatever, and say like this was an era where they were doing load management or something like that.
Which we don't.
I know, just for the sake of conversation. I don't feel bad if they load manage like you still get 40. Like if like Isaiah Thomas takes off one game at home, you still get 40 opportunities to see him if you're from that city and you live in that state in the center third. Where I feel bad is if you like are in a situation of Tyler where he lives in a completely different state, so he had to take time off, he had to schedule this in advance, he had to hope and pray that everybody stays healthy, that he could go and see a game. Now I think fans should take off their goggles for a second and their blinders. If you know you're going to an NBA game, you got to have more than one reason to go to the NBA game. I would love to see LeBron play. I've never seen LeBron play in person. Would love to see it, right? But
we could do that anytime.
I still have to know the risk of going to the game. Now, if LeBron doesn't play, but like AD plays, Russell when he was on the Lakers, and say like Cade Cunningham and like I don't even know who the fuck else Detroit got, but like I say if like there's a multiple still
Isaiah Stewart, the nigga that sized up LeBron.
But like if there's multiple stars playing in this game, then I don't feel no type of way because I still want to go to the game. Now if I go to a Lakers versus Pistons game and LeBron's out, fucking AD's out, Cade Cunningham's out, Isaiah Stewart's out, fucking like Austin Reeves is out, like
Donovich is out.
Like if it's mad niggas out, then I might be like, hey, yo, what the fuck we doing? And like, why we even have this game? We should just postpone this shit. Like, I understand that aspect of it, but at the same time, it's just like I'm a Broncos fan. It got to the point where like usually on Sundays,
I like Ivy too.
Like usually on Sundays, like I would watch it win, lose, or lose, or whatever. Or like win, lose, or draw. I would watch a Broncos game. But when we were some shit this year, I was not watching a Broncos game because I didn't want to watch it.
Hell no.
So it's the same way I feel about going to a game. If my team is somewhat decent and I have the luxury to go to a game, I'm gonna go to the game because I'm still gonna enjoy it. Even if, like, say Russell Wilson is not playing or Cortland Sutton's not playing, Jerry Jeudy's not playing. Like if there's multiple people out, if I wanted to go to a game, I would still go to the game.
Might as well just shut the whole team down.
See, but I don't feel that way because I feel like if I'm gonna go to the game, I'm gonna go to the game.
You in the Mile High Stadium.
Yeah.
Or whatever they call it. What is it, Sports Authority Field or Mile High? One of the shit.
But, like, yeah, if I'm going to go to the game, I'm
losing breath anyway.
Whatever. If I'm going to the game, I'm going to the game because I want to go to the game. Not necessarily for a specific player, stuff like that. Because, like even baseball niggas be getting days off. And even pitchers, shit. Say if you wanted to see, like, Justin Verlander and say...
Fuck that nigga.
You wanted to watch him play in Houston. Say he don't play, and he's a pitcher, so they have a 5-day rotation.
5-day rotation.
So like that nigga might go on the road, and it might be 2-3 weeks before you get to see the nigga pitch again. Like, and if you're not in Houston, that might be tough. Like you always run the risk, and I mean it's sports. Not to mention injuries happening.
He's on the Mets, by the way.
Well, now, but like yeah,
he need to come back home.
Like load management is a real thing. I get it. I get it from the Kobe aspect. I get it from the Anthony Edwards aspect of like, yeah, like niggas is spending their hard on money. Like niggas is choosing to prioritize going to this basketball game than they are some bills and stuff like that. And
we was in Comerica. We was at Comerica last year, and Ma wanted to see. She wanted to see Cabrera, and he wasn't playing. Javi didn't come in until like the seventh inning, and that nigga was like pinch hitting.
But that's why that's why you run the risk. Like you really run the risk, and I mean, because at the same time, it's like
you need to trade Javi though.
At the same time, it's like niggas go to a preseason game, and you only gonna see the superstars for maybe a series or two.
Yeah,
not even a fucking quarter, like 2 series.
Yeah,
that could be 3 and outs. You seen that nigga for 6 plays. You drove all the way up here, shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? I've been to preseason games, not
because
sick
as hell if you was a Ram fan and you saw Stafford just throw 3.
Because like I went to Kansas City and Green Bay. They played each other, and I went to a preseason game a few years back. Like just wanted to see football. It was really like obviously I want to see the superstars, but you're not gonna see the superstars forever because it's a preseason game. So I mean, I don't know. Load management's tough.
Imagine spring training. Imagine being a die hard MLB fan just going to spring training for your team, especially when you live if you don't live anywhere near Florida. Like you live in New York and you going down there to see the Yankees for spring training. Like, nigga.
Well, also it's Florida. So, like, some niggas might just be like, yo, I'm just on vacation in Florida and watch the game. I mean, I went to a couple of spring training games when I was in Arizona. That shit was cool. Shit was hot as fuck. But, I mean.
For sure.
I mean, I guess it just really depends. Like, I'm not.
Like, for me, I all look at on the player. Like if Miguel Cabrera wants to take as many games off, he definitely has the power, the pull to do that. If I don't know about Bias need to be playing his ass off. I ain't gonna lie, we need that nigga.
But it also depends on how a player is and how they operate too, because it's like I don't know. I don't like in a perfect world would I want players to load manage? No, but also at the same time I wouldn't want like
them getting hurt.
Yeah, or I wouldn't want them niggas like I wouldn't want them to go 48 minutes like say an overtime game and then have to play a back-to-back the next day. And not to mention people don't even take in consideration that these niggas have to travel. Like traveling takes a toll on your body. Getting on planes take a toll on your body. Warming up, working out, stretching, eating, make sure you get a good night's rest and all that shit. And then you have to go play again within not even 24 hours because the game ends like with it's a 2-hour game. So like within 20 hours, that's a toll on your body. Especially like the way that most NBA teams are is like they do a trip. So it's like they'll might bounce around from a few cities and states and stuff like that. Because even like in the NFL, like I know there's not like a load managed thing, but we've seen games where quarterbacks are hurt. And that shit look like shit. So I get why you want the product to be as best as you possibly can. My solution for the NBA, at least, I can't speak on MLB because they kind of already have a well-oiled machine. And not to mention, MLB is known for having like yeah, it would suck to go see the Yankees and Aaron Judge don't play, but that's for me personally because I'm a casual fan. But like, nigga, you know what I mean? Niggas be pinch hitting, pitching, and rotating. Oh, yeah. Like, it'd be mad niggas in the lineup. It's like you going to see baseball,
which is all I really care about. Like, I don't care. Like, there's relief pitchers, there's closers, there's all these different. Like, people forget that MLB. There's a whole nother lineup compared to like obviously the starting nine that you would think of. There's another starting nine to that. So,
actually, we didn't talk about this too, and I guess it's not really a subject, but real quick, how do you feel about the baseball like shot clock?
Nah, fam. That's all I got to say.
Any particular reason why? I like it.
You like it because you casual.
You do need to speed up the game. I think the time.
You just ain't trying to be there for like 3 hours.
I think, and no one's trying to be there for 3 hours.
I'm trying to be there for like 3 hours. Nigga.
Why?
Because it's baseball. I'm surrounded by the things I love. I like popcorn. I like Cracker Jacks. Smell of the field, especially Comerica's because we outside. I like the crack of the bats. I like all the baseball ambience that you could possibly think of in an extended period of time. Niggas that do, I feel like people that do like the shot, like the actual pitch clock or the batter's clock, I feel like they just want it over with. I feel like they're just casual fans that just don't really watch baseball to begin with, and they're just there. They're just there, you know. So I don't think about those people. I think about me. I think about the fans that actually enjoy baseball, that actually love our Americans pastime.
I think it could be both, though. I think like there's a strategy in taking your time of I feel like people take advantage of that, and that's what they're trying to hinder. My only gripe with the clock is I feel like it's too damn fast.
That 15 seconds go by fast.
Quick, yeah.
Because when you look at it, the clock starts as soon as the catcher throws the ball into the pitcher's hand. That's when that clock starts. And from the time the pitcher gets back and set on the mound, you're working with like 5 to 7 more seconds left before you gotta get that bitch over the plate.
Yeah, they should like erase it like at least 10 seconds.
I would raise it to 20 and I'll be all right. 20 seconds, I'll be all right.
Because it's like, yeah, I think anything that like speeds up the process of the game.
And it doesn't even include step offs or throwing to first for a pickoff.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't because you're trying to get somebody out. But like, I'm cool with speeding up the game because I don't know, like it be almost feeling like they don't play as much. I
don't know, because with the speed clock like that, you're just asking for more injuries. You're just asking for a Tommy John surgeries.
I don't think so.
I think so. Because the ball's coming out on a more rapid pace. You don't have time to say. You don't really have time to, get yourself together. And everything is pretty much just right there, right now.
But you
gotta get that ball off. You're not even thinking about your mechanics anymore. At that point, you're just trying to get the ball off.
But then that might be what be fucking them up. Because if you're thinking about your mechanics, like
niggas gotta throw certain pitches.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like niggas gotta throw with more oomph on it. You might not throw more oomph on it just because you're trying to throw the pitch.
You're too worried about the fucking clock. So if you gotta throw a curveball low and away, and you worrying about that clock, you might fuck around and throw like a slider, or you might throw a splitter, crack.
Yeah, I mean it'd be interesting. The only thing I didn't like, I guess, is like kind of like how everybody thought about with the Super Bowl, like how it ended on the flag. I didn't like how that one spring training game ended with, I think the batter stepped out the box and he got strike 3.
Yeah.
That's where I'm like,
who was that? It was the Red Sox and somebody else.
Somebody else, yeah. But it should be interesting. I
love Red Sox downfalls.
Yo, Brent gonna come for you.
I don't give a fuck about that, man.
Like, I
love you.
I'm gonna check out that game. I'm gonna watch a game with the clock. See how I like it. See if it makes me want to stay and watch it more or something. Well, I'm gonna get my ass kicked at work this weekend just because of 2 things. 1, St. Patty's Day, and then 2, the fact that the NCAA tournament is coming to Des Moines.
I already had a customer filling out her bracket while I was working on her car. Like she was asking me all types of shit. She was like, "Oh, who you think's the best coming out?" I'm like, "Bitch, I'm just trying to get your windshield in there and get the fuck out and get the fuck on, bro."
So first of all, how do you feel about?
I didn't know it was coming to Des Moines.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
And then it's one of the good teams too. I think Kansas.
Traffic about to look crazy going down 6th Ave, boy.
Yeah, man.
2nd Ave.
Yeah. I'm not.
Might as well not even go that way. If you got anything planned over there, just don't even plan over there, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you gotta go through that way for certain shit? If you gotta go through 2nd for certain shit, because I don't. I could bypass. Everything's over here. So
I mean, I could bypass too, but it's just what happens is like anytime that there's an event, like the restaurant kind of gets busy. Like dumb busy. And also with St. Patty's Day weekend on top of it, it's like double.
Yeah.
And then shout out to the 3 Iowa teams. I think they're all in the same bracket though, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So if they get far, they would have to play each other by definition. But good luck to Iowa State, and Drake. That's cool.
Hawkeyes.
Yeah, how do you feel
Anyway, and by the way, before we get into anything, please, for the love of God, or whatever your religious beliefs may endeavor, rate this shit 5 stars, please, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere where your streaming pleasures desire, and also, get us on Anchor too. You know, for
actually, Anchor ain't no more. Spotify bought them niggas. So it's like Spotify for podcasters or some shit like that.
So we ain't getting bread?
No, we getting bread. It's just we getting bread from Spotify now. We ain't getting bread from Anchor. So Anchor ain't no more Anchor.
As long as we getting paper, I mean, I'll just stop this.
But yeah, how do you feel?
Yeah, but yeah, just subscribe, rate our shit, man. Give us some bread, please, and thank you. We love you all.
How you feel about celebrating St. Patty's Day sober? Because that's more of the drinking holiday. And all
it would be
stuff.
my first St. Patty's Day sober.
Damn, that's crazy.
I don't feel no type of way. It'd be the same thing as I felt. It'd be the same way as 4th of July goes here in Iowa, you know, or New Year's goes. So
I don't know that to be true.
I've seen niggas get ballistic on New Year's and 4th of July.
I've always got ballistic on St. Patty's Day for some reason.
You stupid as hell.
But I just know one thing. I probably not gonna drink. I don't really have a desire to drink. Even when I went out, I didn't drink. But I know I'm wearing green though, because I don't want no random white person touching me. Some of y'all are weird, bro. Like
I don't give a fuck.
Get
Listen,
it.
look. I don't give a fuck about any of that. Don't be touching me.
Like I get it. Like all
Fuck
like
if I'm wearing blue.
like the holiday spirit, all that shit. Nigga, don't touch me. Or at least make it a conversation. At least like pat me first, give me warning. Like, oh, where you green at? Then we can make a conversation. But if you frame one touching me or pinching me, I might slap the shit out you.
Like stop playing with me. Like I don't play.
Yeah, man.
don't be doing that. Oh, you're not wearing green.
And then they're like,
get the fuck off.
That's what a mean uppercut.
Stupid ass nigga.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, green's my second favorite color though, but I'm picking out whatever the fuck I want to that I feel that day. And when is it? Friday?
I want to say technically it's Friday. I hope.
St. Patty's Day is Friday?
I hope. Because if that shit say Saturday, I'm going to be pissed.
I'm wearing black that Friday.
That nigga being a menace.
St. Patty's Day Friday, yep.
Okay.
Definitely.
Maybe it might not be that bad then. Because I don't work till the weekend. So maybe all them niggas get drunk and go ballistic Friday.
Listen here. And it's supposed to be what? Only 30? I'm wearing this exact same dark blue flannel underneath a work shirt, and I'm good.
I think it's supposed to snow too.
It better not fucking snow.
One of them days on the weekend.
It just says wind.
Oh, so it's Thursday. What the fuck? But yeah,
I don't know, because Thursday's supposed to be like 51, so like it's definitely not gonna be no snow.
But yeah, man, I don't know. Like,
and even if it was, it'd be like that.
No, that ain't that bad.
My Challenger still can't get around that. Some 65 centimeters. Nah, I'm staying parked. All right, hoe ass nigga, you stay parked. Stupid ass little car, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. Celebrate St. Patty's Day responsibly. I do want to go up to Chicago one of these days for it, just to see
why
the green water.
Oh, all right.
Just to see it. I want to see the world, but life be getting in the way. Damn, bro, Logic trash.
For that shit that I saw,
O'Shea Jackson. Like,
I ain't got no shit to say, but like he was in the right. O'Shea was in the right, bro.
He was like, yo, bro, if you ever say something about my mom again.
I didn't even know that was about his mom. I did not even know.
I mean, it makes sense.
Because he was saying my dick runs deep, so deep, put her ass to sleep. I didn't know. Not know that was about his mama.
Yeah, I guess so.
I didn't know that until he said something. I was like, whoa.
I mean, but yeah, it's weird because like I was big on Logic.
You was
the first 2 albums.
Damn sure was.
I thought he was him. Thought he was like the second coming. I thought he
sure
could really be something.
It was crazy as hell.
It wasn't. And then he went to Bobby Biracial. That third album. I don't know what the fuck cuz was thinking. Ever since that third album, it just went downhill from there. I think the problem with Logic is, at least in my opinion, and this is someone that's coming from a Logic fan.
Be so fucking cold. This is the craziest fucking thing about it.
The problem with Logic, right? And this is coming from a Logic fan, is like
today's Logic fan, by the way.
No, but like Tyler is a wild nigga. Tyler is a nigga that throughout his actions and how he moves and how he carries himself, he acts a certain way of type of nigga, right? I believe Tyler because he acts and moves this certain type of way. Logic wants us to believe all the struggles and things he had to go through being biracial. And not even to put race on it, but all the struggles and things he went to build Logic to the personality that he is today. But instead of telling us in the music and making it sound good, he's telling us in a corny way that doesn't sound good. Like, I don't agree with the sentiment of Joe Budden, but like, how everybody like, oh, Logic has sold more records. Joe Budden can rap, though. Like, to me, Joe Budden is a better rapper, but Logic is a better song artist. Like it's not even close. But I think what Joe said was kind of accurate because he was talking about Drake and he's like, nigga, Drake sound good, nigga, sound good. Like Logic music don't sound good, and like
hey,
what's crazy is like I like the first 2 albums, Logic. I would defend those to the day I die, but with everybody shit, and after that, you got it. But my thing with Logic is like, he didn't even try with this. And that's another thing that be pissing me off. Is like, if you have the access to get a chilled, lo-fi kind of sounding version of Today Was a Good Day, you could have spin it, sampled it, made it a hook, and then rapped over it on some Logic cool fly shit. Like, you could have done some dope shit with this, but you chose to do this, nigga. This.
He went whole hard. He went full dive into the whole song.
And
I would at least sampled it.
Yeah, like you could have made that shit. You could have flipped that shit and made that shit so fire. And then you spent all that, you talked to Ice Cube to do that. And it's just like, bro, you could have got an Ice Cube feature, if anything, and made it.
I know that nigga was mad as hell.
And then another thing too is like, because one of
my son mad. I know I'm mad.
And then another thing too is like, one of my homies was kind of defending. He's like, people put Logic in that box, kind of. Another thing about the Logic thing that I know Joe kind of got a point is
he said, "Join me in retirement." It was crazy.
Well, Joe went off the deep end. Joe Budden went off the deep end. But another reason why I kind of do agree with some of his points is because another reason why I say Joe Budden is a better rapper than Logic. Joe gets the respect of his peers. Like, there's people like Royce the 5'9" respects his pen. Obviously, they're friends, so that's kind of biased. Like, a lot of people go on his platform because they respect his pen and they respect his ability to rap, and he knows the rap game. He did get hold over a lot of times. I think Focus is a good song. Like, there's some good Joe Budden songs, but yeah, obviously didn't have the success he did with Pump It Up.
Rage in the Machine is his last album. Now, I thought that was a well put together album. I like Joe Budden.
Niggas
bumping that shit.
But niggas don't talk about Logic. Who the fuck do you hear? Logic had the Wu-Tang on a song, bro. Like a lot of them niggas. Which was hard to do.
Which one? Which one of them niggas?
I think you have Raekwon, RZA, Ghostface.
Oh, goddamn, it's the heavy niggas.
I
wouldn't mind if it was Jizza or You God or whatever.
No, nigga out of pocket. Like he had them. I think the only one he might not have had was Method. He might have had Method Man. That's crazy as fuck. On a Wu-Tang song, rapping. But it's like, bro, if you get all these like legendary artists, legendary features, and nobody says, yo, Logic going crazy. Y'all sleep on Logic. You ain't heard no one say we sleep on Logic. No one. Like, this nigga doing a tour. I bet niggas didn't even know he's doing a tour right now with Juicy J.
Niggas in a coma.
Dog. But that's what I'm saying is, like, for as good as Logic is, you never hear no one talk about him as far as your peers go. You don't even hear niggas talk about Logic's catalog. I don't even know. Like, yo, imagine saying, gun to your head right now, tell me the best Logic song you know.
I might as well just give me a new brain.
Like, you know how mad I'm gonna be, bro. You know how mad I'm gonna be if I did that to somebody else and they say everybody. Let's say Black Spider-Man.
Nigga got a song called Black Spider-Man.
We started out all right, and then another crazy thing is too, bro. He had Killer Mike on a song just talking, bro. It's Killer Mike. He's one of them. He's one of them. He is one of them.
This one's actually dope. The 1-800 number. That's actually to a suicide hotline. I actually fuck with that song wholeheartedly, so praise to that. But as far as Black Super,
I don't even know if I fuck with that.
The Incredible True Story, that got it. I ain't gonna lie, that was the album. But as far as everybody,
actually look at that song. Yep, who on that Wu-Tang song? I know you see the first name.
Ghostface, Skrilla, Raekwon. All right,
I told you.
You see.
Yeah, Logic. I ain't saying retire, bro, but if you gonna do covers, do better. I don't know what else to say. Cause that ain't it. That is not it.
Wizard of Oz, nigga.
All right. Anyway,
Wizard of Oz.
So I want to paint a scenario for you, unless you're still looking at Logic's catalog.
Clone Wars 3. Nigga got coordinates on here. Like, what the fuck is... All right.
You want to keep looking. We gotta get a studio set up because we need actual things to look up. This nigga want to look up Logic's track list of all the things to look up. So,
you the one that brought that nigga into conversation. So,
well, that nigga was a topic, but I didn't bring up his track list.
You got it.
So I want to paint a scenario for you. So a shorty in New York went on a date with a dude, and I guess they went to the spot.
I saw this. I know what you're already talking about.
The TikTok.
Yep.
And then so to bring the audience up to speed, went on a date, and then the shorty ordered whatever she ordered, and then the dude ordered a hamburger, and then I think the lady was like, "Would you like to add cheese to that?" And he was like, "Is that extra?" She said, "Yeah, that'll be $3." And he was like, "Oh no, I'm cool."
Which is crazy,
but it's New York because I think the average price for cheese is probably like $1.50, some shit like that. But
for cheese, nigga,
oh, if you get it extra, but. He said, "No, I'm cool," and then so they went on a date. Date was going good or whatever, and so shorty got up, went to the bathroom, paid for the meal, and then left after she went to the bathroom. Texted dude, should have got the cheese, and then blocked his number. So
that's some childish shit, though. You could have just. You didn't have to go. She didn't have to text him that. She could have just, okay, she could have went about like this, like, hey, you know,
start, nigga.
What?
If you don't start, they said that too. They said, "Yo, I'm talking about the bullshit when he keep repeating the same shit over and over again."
She could. No, I'm not about the bullshit. She could have just went about it like, hey, I'm sorry, you know, it just wasn't. It's not the night that I thought it would be because You want a bitch about cheese? No, I'm just kidding. I'm talking shit. But yeah, I mean, she could have went about it a totally different way other than saying you should have got the cheese because that's some whole shit. I'm not.
Is it though?
It's some childish shit. It's some childish shit. But also, I think about it because I was thinking about it too. I was like, okay, so is this like a 5-star type of restaurant? Because if you go 5-star, you might as well break.
No.
Then nigga, what the fuck is you doing in there?
Okay.
If you enjoying if you go into a 5-star restaurant, you just enjoying the food, nigga, get out. Don't even like. It's
a 5-star, nigga. Isn't that the point of the 5 stars? To enjoy the food.
A 5-star restaurant, okay, yeah, you're enjoying the food, but you're also enjoying the ambiance. You're enjoying as far as like what.
I can't taste the ambiance, nigga. Who cares? Like, yeah, it's a nice setting, but if I don't take it on Instagram picture,
cool. You gotta be comfortable, bro. How's you? Everybody wants to be comfortable when they eating their food, bro.
You would be comfortable regardless.
Low lighting, a romantic spot if you're on the date or whatever,
Also, nigga, he ordered a hamburger. So I don't know how many 5-star restaurants got hamburgers.
He already crazy as hell for ordering a hamburger in New York City at what potentially could have been a 5-star restaurant.
I mean,
that sounds like some shit you do.
You got me fucked up. But stop. See, because this is shit I was just talking about. Like, that sounds silly and goofy. Don't put me in that category. But let me ask this. Huh?
But would you?
In a 5-star restaurant? I don't know. It depends on the restaurant, I guess.
Ruth Chris.
I don't know what they have on the menu.
I'm breaking bread at Ruth Chris.
But it also depends on what they have on the, like, if they have a burger and it look good and I want a burger, I'm not going to stop myself from getting a burger. But if it's like known for, like, I'm not going to get a burger if it's a seafood spot. That's what I'm saying. Like, whatever it's known for. If it's known for American, then I'm going to get something American. If it's known for Mexican, Italian, whatever the fuck, I'm going to get whatever fits the description of the restaurant. I'm not that nigga. I'm not the nigga that goes to a fucking seafood place and gets chicken strips. Like, I'm not that nigga. I'm not saying I am him. If that's the category you try to put me in while you sizing me up crazy.
I don't know, because I see.
Nigga is stupid. But.
Oh, shit. All right.
But. Okay, let's start off with the basics and let's break this down. When you go out to eat with a shorty, stop, because you can't do nothing that niggas won't know the joke. It's not good content. When you go out with a shorty, is there a hard cap or a soft cap to your spending limit?
I'm paying, right?
Mm-hmm.
See? There's no...
Don't say no. Don't you fucking lie on this podcast. Do not say no.
Nigga, if we're in Iowa or like Des Moines or whatever, but if we're in New York City and I know I got...
Nigga...
Okay, so now it depends on the area now, huh?
It don't depend on shit. I'm saying in this typical, basic ass standard of a date you know you're gonna go on with a shorty.
You got okay, but you gotta think about.
Have a hard limit or a soft limit for what? Before we start deep diving in this, I need to know where the gauge is. Because I don't want to say, don't get on this podcast and say there ain't no limit. Like, nigga, nah. There's something that Tyler Gross would be like, hell no, I'm putting my fucking foot down. You bitch, you crazy.
Because I know I ain't eating that much. And if she ain't eating that much, then, like, it all depends on, like, what food that you get.
But Tyler, okay, what I'm saying is when you go out and you go and say the first thing you doing on this date is going to a restaurant, what is your hard or soft limit?
None. I'll look you dead in your face.
Be fucking for real.
Ma'am. None.
Yeah, so okay, on average, how much do you spend on a date?
Well, I ain't gonna put my bread out there like that.
That's the point of this conversation. Is like, what is your hard limit? What is your soft limit?
What do you spend? What's your bread like, nigga?
My soft limit is 50.
What?
Where the fuck am I gonna go to where I spend more than 50? And I said soft limit. So I am willing to spend more than 50, but yeah, I don't go crazy, nigga. What the fuck?
You crash out at 50?
Where else would I go?
I know tons of spots where you could go. See, this is why you have to call me.
No, that's not answering my question. I don't crash out. That was your question. I don't spend that much. How much? Because you're making an assumption that.
Let's be for real, Brian Allen.
Nigga, why you say my mom there? But what?
What are you cringe? How bad would you cringe if it was like past $50?
Nothing over 100.
Is that check staying there for like a good 10 minutes before one of y'all say something?
No,
or
I still get it.
My nigga, my brother.
But that's what I'm saying. My soft limit is 50. But that's what I'm saying. I've never been anywhere to where we both went crazy. Like I'm not. When I say I go to a restaurant too, this is another thing I'm saying.
So your pressure is 50.
Hold on, let me finish. When I go to a restaurant, it's usually I get a drink, I get the meal, she get a drink, she get the meal. I don't really usually do dessert. I don't really usually
do dessert nowadays.
I mean, there's people that do dessert, or is expected on a date, especially if it's going good. It's just like another way to prolong the date. I don't like.
I'm full, nigga. Especially.
But hold on, I don't get an appetizer. Like I don't do the whole
course. Yeah,
I don't do the whole course.
I don't do that shit either.
So that's why I'm saying that I only spend 50 or so. But if I was to do the whole course, then I guess obviously you'd be higher up. But even then,
okay. Well, if you were to do the whole course, what is that? What do you tell? What's your pressure line for a full course? It also depends on where you go to too. But say okay. Like just for the sake of the argument. Where are we at? Des Moines. Say Noah's Ark.
Nigga, I don't know, because I only get pizza from there. I've never got anything else outside of pizza. So I just get me a big ass box, and then we just go on that.
Okay, we ain't even thinking about you no more. All right, so me.
And then also they don't gotta put a place on it, because I feel like if you put a place on it, it's a different answer. What I was trying to get out of you, and you're like, oh, I want to put my bread on there, but I want to get out of you.
Yeah, bro. Anyway, me personally, I'm pressing at like 80.
So that's your soft limit.
I spent 150 on dinner before.
But what your soft limit is 80.
Around there, allegedly.
Why is that an issue?
What?
Why is that an issue?
Because, just to go up and down, roughly, a rough number is around.
No, I'm saying, like, why are you saying it like?
Don't worry about it.
Nigga, unless you just selling a dream to where you acting like a big baller or something.
Don't do that.
What I'm saying is, like, I don't think that's a bad number. I don't even think 50 is a bad number.
You're right.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't get why you.
Have you spent 50 on me before? I don't ask for that much. I ask for a lot of drinks, if anything.
I'm sure I have, but
on clothes maybe, but never food, nigga.
No, there was one place you went where you went crazy.
Where?
I'd have to think about it. It's definitely more than me, that's for sure.
Where?
I'd have to think about it. Damn, nigga, I'm not about to waste time on a podcast.
I thought so, fuck nigga. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm talking shit. But yeah, maybe. I wouldn't put it past anybody. But tapped out.
So then, let's stay in the key phrase so they know what the fuck we talking about. Because some niggas don't know these phrases. What would be your hard limit? Like, you not going past this amount of money. And we talking about an average date, Tyler. We ain't talking about like it's a first date, but it's not.
They look like they was a suit and tie. I mean, and you could guess everywhere in New York's kind of like that.
Even if
just stereotyping.
Even if it was a suit and tie, if I don't want to spend extra $3 on a meal, there might be a reason why.
Well, how much is the burger?
That part. 2, $3 for cheese is a lot, especially if I feel like I don't need cheese. And then some guy like duetted it, but I don't think it was due. But
have you ever ate a burger without cheese?
But I mean, yeah. But I mean.
Might as well just be eating them.
But I mean, like, if the guy who was the guy, it was like a $21 burger.
$21 burger? Mm-hmm. A $20 burger?
Mm-hmm.
You can go the extra mile. Get the cheese on there.
Not if you're a limit. If
I
you're
would
hard,
get the cheese on there. Nigga.
stop. But if his hard limit was $100, and we don't even know what Shorty ordered because Shorty got what she wanted. He got the burger.
That bitch was probably at filet mignon price like $45.
No, I think it was like some sort of pasta. She said it in the video, but I had to look it up. But yeah,
some shit that you can't pronounce.
Basically. But yeah, so yeah, what would be your hard limit? Because like me personally, especially if it's the first date and I don't know you, yeah,
well, was it their first date?
I don't know, but that's what I'm just talking about a date in general. But that's what I'm saying. Even if it wasn't my first date, my hard limit would still probably be 100. What the fuck am I spending $100 for?
You got it. So even on your anniversary, like if you say like y'all been together like what? No, it don't matter. Like okay, like 5-year anniversary. You all ready to go. You know, you dressed up, got the pedals in the room, all type of shit. And, you know, it's gonna be that type of night.
Right. It
only $100 still.
What am I spending the money on?
The glam. You know, you got the ambiance.
You sound so bougie right now. You sound bougie as hell.
Because that's what you gotta do, man.
For what?
You know, you gotta be comfortable in your surroundings everywhere you go, whether it's eating, whatever, man. I like to be wholehearted. I like a very, very low light, you know, type of restaurant. You know, I like it room temperature in there.
See what you're saying doesn't apply to what your limit is.
You want me to just go, all right, 130. Wait, I spent 150, but that was reluctantly spending 150. I didn't know it was going to be 150 until that bitch came out.
But see, even in that scenario of spending 150, that don't sound that bad with all that shit that you saying.
It don't.
But that's 150.
Because I knew I was getting into when you go to the fucking restaurant.
But because like there's people that spend like $200-300.
Yeah,
I ain't doing that shit.
I don't know why you looking at me like I would either.
Well, you kept saying it like just the ambiance, just low lighting.
So I know what the fuck I got here, nigga. Out in New York, you think I could live in New York? You think I'm living in a broom closet?
That's why I kept asking you the same fucking questions. Because you keep talking like it's New York. I'm talking about here and you in this scenario.
Niggas living in a strip steak broom closet.
That's what I'm saying. Like, them niggas is different. Bro, cheese is $3. Like I said, $1.50 a year.
You crazy as hell if you go back to your like apartment, it looking like this.
That's what I'm saying. Spending $300 on a restaurant. Like, nigga, what the fuck are we doing? Priorities are fucked up. And that's what I'm saying. That's why, like, shorty, you tripping on the cheese is like, why are you tripping on the cheese? And then, like, I
don't know why she had to do all that, man.
Because it led to the whole conversation of, like, oh, if you're broke, don't date. It's like, nigga, y'all don't want somebody to, like, unlock a part of the soul, like, find love, find happiness in a person if they can't afford it. What the fuck are y'all talking about? That's why I was asking you, what are your limits?
Yeah. That shit was crazy. I wasn't a fan of that when I saw that. And then she had nerve to block this nigga. Like, why?
I guess they're cool now. Like, I guess they like both got a fucked up sense of humor. But even in that scenario of like, say she blocked the nigga and they still blocked and whatever. To me, that's corny just because it's like, if I ain't got it, but I still fuck with you to the point
you block me because I ain't got it? That's crazy.
Like, if I don't got, and also it was his plate. That's another thing that I feel like people are not talking about. It was his plate. I could see if it was her plate, like, oh yeah, $3 for cheese. Yeah, I'll get that. He's like, oh, nah, bitch, you wild. That's a different conversation.
He's talking. You heard the soundtrack going in the back of his mind.
Hey, bitch, hold on. Hey, no, don't have that cheese. Like, he talking to the waiter like this. Hey, don't have that cheese. Don't have no fucking cheese. I ain't saying that. That's a different conversation.
You know when they order something expensive, you got to get the menu back. You got this.
Like, because that's why I didn't like that. Like, I'm not saying I should
Oh, you know what's I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's I've been a part of this many times. You know when it's bad when you got you gotta go to the bank account, you gotta transfer some shit over.
Man. I've been there.
Cause you already know what type of time it is.
I've been there. Another reason why I didn't like that shit too is just because it was just like yeah, like it was his plate. On top of that, somebody said that on dates you have to look at the red flag. So if that to you is a red flag that he's not willing to spend $3 on cheese because he's broke or whatever, or he has a hard limit, which is I feel like completely normal. Sure, that could be a red flag. But to me, that's not the first red flag. That's not the flag that ends a date. Because I choose not to get a cheeseburger, now you don't want to fuck with me. I feel like there was other I feel like there was other inklings and other things that happened that we were not privy
like a
to.
hamburger ass nigga.
Like, girl, this hamburger had a helper ass nigga. Like there was other signs we was not privy to that led to them being that way, and that's something I don't like either, because it was like obviously clearly had to be something else. But yeah, man, it's okay to have a hard limit.
Yeah, that was Oh.
Do you feel like you should tell a girl
about?
Say if you have a hard limit.
No. Me personally, I don't. I don't. I really don't.
So you don't feel like. But see, what you say about the setting and the mood and all these things, you don't feel like that would be an inkling that you either have a hard limit or you are not trying to spend that much. If what you say is true and which I know you to be.
If I'm in that.
Hold on, let me finish. Where I know.
Ambiance.
Well, I'm saying, I know you to not be like, you'll eat when you're hungry, but you usually don't eat like that. So you're more of a drinker, and you don't drink now, obviously. So say shorty getting the meal and the drink, and you over here just getting like a salad and some water, she might look at you like, this nigga not trying to eat. Like, what the fuck?
No, my stomach works very, very weirdly anyway. So anything I get nowadays is like anything that's like a big appetizer. You know when like an appetizer is kind of big, like say like an appetizer would be like
damn near a meal.
8 to 12 wings. I'll just get the appetizer. So,
But yeah, man, like, cause
which I had before.
Trying to think of my last date.
I'm not even thinking about the price of that food at that point. I'm just thinking about my own stomach. So I can't handle much food anymore, bro.
Actually, the more I think about it too, like usually like when I go on a date, well, I guess the last few ones, they've both had cars and they've met me there. But yeah, I don't spend nothing too crazy. I don't know. I think it's okay to have a hard limit. Even if I'm rich and I'm up, I'm having a hard limit. Especially if I don't know if I fuck with you. Like, nigga, that's another part. Like, you think I'm about to drop $200, $300 and for maybe we'll get a second date?
And your name ain't even Tyler.
Like, nigga. Hell no. I don't know. If you can afford it, king, get the cheese. If you can't afford it, but you still want to impress your date and have a good time, man, let broke people date. That's all I got to say. And if you got it like that, if shorty got it like that, nigga, say that. She clearly didn't want to say nothing until the nigga didn't want to get cheese. So shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Let's keep it light.
You know how mad I'd be if I go back, if she goes to the restroom and like it's been 20 minutes, I'm like, damn, she ain't going back. Like, all right, cool. I'm just keep eating, you know. And then all of a sudden, you get a text. It's like, ding.
Looking around like,
and it's her, and it just says you should have gotten the cheese.
Bye, nigga.
You know how pressed because you know how pressed you be. I'll be like, I wouldn't.
Check this.
I wouldn't know what it's. And like, at least she paid for the meal, so that nigga got off scotch. Somebody said, "Hey, that brother got a free meal and dodged the bullet." So
true, because
that's how I'm looking at it. That's how I look at it. I was like, "Hey,
true," because when that worse would be than the fucking The waitress.
Because if she leave and you got to pay for the meal.
Or the waiter was like, damn, bro, that's tough. There you go, nigga. Check. Tip, too.
Disgusting.
Because I also tip well. I also treat, like...
I really do tip well.
The waiter, waitress, well. So, I want you to rate these 5 things in the order of feel like the ones that affect your energy or soul the most. So, partner, when I say partner, I mean like a sexual partner. Doesn't necessarily have to be a girlfriend or like a relationship. Friends, family, parents, coworkers, strangers.
Coworkers are always going to be at the end, bro.
I don't know if I disagree that. I don't know if I agree with that.
You ain't got to agree. That's how I am.
Well, if I'm allowed to rebuttal. Because you with them niggas the most. I feel like they would have the most effect on your soul or your energy. Because if you see Todd and you don't fuck with Todd and Todd get on your goddamn nerves, that's going to fuck your day up.
I mean, I'm just there to collect some pay, bro.
Yeah, but
do my craft and do my trade, and I'm collecting some pay.
Okay, all right. I guess everybody got their own list. All right. So you say that your coworkers affects you the least. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Family, definitely number one always for me.
They affect you the most?
Yeah.
Over your parents?
Nigga, my parents is family.
No. I said parents and I said family.
Why are those two different things?
Because they are.
How?
Your parents are going to affect you different than your cousin, your uncles, and all that. Like, come on now.
Oh, I don't know. I got some cousins that were close.
But they still not the level of your parents. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Some had to be.
For the sake of this conversation.
All right, nigga, I get what you're saying, yeah.
So parents are one.
Parents are one. Wait, no, family is one for me. Then parents would be second.
I'm just surprised.
What was the other in-betweeners?
Partners, friends, and strangers.
Third would have to be friends. Then fourth, partners. Like you just said in that order. So.
See, the person that would affect me the least.
You fuck around and say partner.
Yeah.
You cold nigga.
No, I just don't think my sexual partners would affect me to the point where it fuck on my soul. I also don't, like, whether it be a relationship or be a situationship, I do not see them enough to where they would have the everlasting effect on me. And I get what some of y'all are saying. Well, Prince, if that's the case, wouldn't strangers be last? No, because if you didn't hear me earlier in the fucking podcast, I wanted to walk down a nigga for how he talked to my mom. I don't know the nigga. That nigga's a complete stranger. So that nigga affected me pretty good to where I made it a talking point on my podcast. Number 5, you could put strangers. 4,
niggas, we got David Montgomery. Nigga basically got the same nigga twice. But go
on. 4. Nigga said got the same nigga twice. That's fucking hilarious.
Look, we got two DeAndre Swifts.
But 4, I'm gonna put coworkers, because coworkers be on some fuck shit, and I ain't gonna lie, that could affect my day. 3, I'll put.
You be making it known to your coworkers that they fucking with you, because I damn sure do. I walk away because like anytime we got a job to do together, I let that nigga just do it. By himself, by his damn self, bro. But
that's funny. Sort of. Like if I don't really want to talk, I'll just be mad, distant, and quiet. Who affects me more?
Mommy and daddy.
Yeah. Just because they have the most access to me. And then I guess friends then family. Because I talk to my friends more than my family. Outside of my grandma. But
I get that, because some of them niggas ain't shit. No, I mean, I'm not your. I mean, no, not like your family, like, but like
I thought you was talking about friends.
No, like, well,
I took it.
Oh man,
Because I was having this debate with this girl because she was talking about like sex being energy and stuff like that, and like how like she was saying that everybody you sleep with has a piece of your soul and this that, and third. And
I can get energy from Red Bull. Fuck you talking about?
She was having some good points, but I was just saying like when I was talking to her and I was just trying to give a different perspective, and I didn't really get to say this to her, but I was kind of like, there's more like I said, like a stranger could have way more effect on your soul than someone you lay with. Same with your family members, same with your parents, same with your friends, same with your coworkers, because I feel like those leave an everlasting effect on you, and you deal with them more in different lights, to where, at least with me, and I feel like a lot of people feel this way, in some sort of facet of someone you're laying with, you have to fuck with that person on some sort of level.
Yeah.
And also, that's also a different intimate relationship to where you wouldn't have that. Like, sex could be a stress reliever. Sex could be, a feel-good exercise. It could be a relaxing thing. It could be a lot of different things for people, to the point where that's something that you could bond with someone with. And I get it, like, meaningless. She was talking about meaningless sex and stuff like that. But to me, I feel like that's something that, like, if I have sex, like, it's cool, it's great for the day. But I've been around my coworkers for 8 hours. I see my parents for 2 hours. I might have been with you and Kay, and y'all niggas was talking reckless. Like, I wish a nigga would, da-da-da-da. We was just on some nigga shit. Just like, there's so many different things that could have been affecting me throughout the day, that me having sex for 20 minutes or 30 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever fuck.
40 minutes?
I have. But like that.
This nigga got it. He got it.
That is such a minuscule thing.
You strong.
To where it doesn't affect my soul or my well-being or my mental, if that makes sense.
I'm just trying to figure out who you went 40 minutes with.
Last 3 times.
Oh, that was you got it.
That one indict me on the pod now.
All right. Shit, all right. Yeah. Go
Condoms,
you,
bro.
Go
Condoms.
you. What?
Condoms.
Wholeheartedly. I'm with that.
But
go you. Go condoms too.
But I mean, yeah, that's all I was trying to get at, because I was just like,
go Trojans.
Like I said, like, even if I look at my soul today, that one nigga that I do not know, who I didn't even meet, affected my day and my soul and my conscience, all that shit, way more than anyone else today. And that's a stranger.
That nigga in your head, bro, rent free.
I mean,
all utilities.
Yeah. But
all that just to get walked down, bro? In front of your mom?
Yeah.
No, whoa. Hey. This is what I thought about. I texted Brian about this, and I didn't know if you knew about something. Bro.
We just said not to, but go off.
What if, could you imagine the world? Can you imagine the world, people, if you were to get fucked up in front of your own parents? Could you get walked down in front of your daddy or your own mama and daddy?
I'm not gonna put that scenario in my head, because I'm not. I believe in manifestation. How the fuck you say it?
I think a nigga would have to shoot me, bro.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about.
I'm dying. I'm dying for mine.
Actually,
that day. I'm dying for my mama that day.
Damn, you gonna take 2 L's in front of her?
Yeah.
Why not just live
It's
the
not like
fight?
I'm gonna give a damn, bro.
Nigga.
I lost the fight.
Yeah.
In my life. So
you know,
for my mom, I could die on that hill.
no, nigga, go like Rocky. You get knocked the fuck out, get up. You know what I'm saying? Start doing some push-ups, eat eggs, all that
I'm
shit.
gonna do push-ups for that nigga got that faux nickel.
Well, then why would you be fighting
Got
him?
that chrome, bro. What?
Why would you be fighting him then?
Cause I don't give a fuck if a nigga, if I don't care if a nigga got an AK-47 and I'm not.
Then you wouldn't be fighting him.
I'm not
saying,
backing down on my mommy, on my mom's. No way, no how.
But
Fuck you.
yeah, I mean, if I'm fighting in the first place, then I'm obviously fighting. But
I know your dad would go crazy.
Stop.
After you got your ass beat.
Stop. We just said stop. But
I'm talking about the effects of him though, looking at you.
I don't know that. I don't know that to be true. But because actually, this is crazy.
I feel like you wouldn't hear any of it from that nigga.
I don't know. Well, hold on. Stop. So there was a scenario where me and my dad, we were going home, and we were instead of turning this way, let's go straight down to where obviously the McDonald's and the QT are. We went down this way, and it was like 10.
Wait, what McDonald's and QT? The university one up here?
Yes. But so instead of turning right, we basically went straight down. And it was like 10, 15 niggas. And it was like kids outside. It was like, I don't know. They were older than me, because at the time I'm like 10 or 11. Because we in an affinity with this. And then my dad's driving, and one of them throw something, just toss it. It's a shoe. Smack the windshield. And you see the print of the shoe.
Niggas are wild down there. It's real.
And then my dad got out. I was like, who the fuck do that? Like, what's up? Mind you, it's 10, 15 niggas. Mind you, I'm 10, 11 too. So I'm not even in my mature puberty. Like, I would fight a nigga that I'm 10 or 11. I'm like, yo, nigga, you are on your own. What the fuck you finna do? It's 10, 11 niggas. And then luckily some older black dudes, hey man, y'all kids gotta stop it, da da da. Like, so he tried to de-escalate the situation. Then my dad got back in the car and he just drove mad as hell. I think he drove past the stop sign. But I'm just
I hate that shit. But
I also looked at this nigga. I was just like, yo, you was really finna fight 10 niggas like that. Speaking of which, scenario for you. Say you and your girl, you got a girlfriend. Y'all just walking on the street, whatever.
Oh, I already know how this is gonna go.
Mm-hmm. And say that for some reason,
It's honestly my worst nightmare.
for some reason, there's girls out. See, you didn't even let me finish. There's girls out. They listen to Fuck Nick Free, go really going crazy.
Oh shit, this went the other way.
And then like you walk by them, and they just touch your ass, violate you, disrespectful shit. So you like, yo, I don't appreciate you touching my ass, especially for my girl. Chill out. And then your girl gets a barking. She's like, yeah, chill out. Don't touch my man again. I'll beat your ass. Da, da, da. So then all the girls go, what's up? Like, we'll beat your ass. We'll jump you. You want your girl to fight all 20 girls?
I'm calling the cops.
This is why you. No. This is why you smart. Because I've said the same scenario to my homegirls in reverse, obviously. They was like, I would want my man to beat his ass. Bitch.
I'm not putting my hands on no lady.
No.
No women.
No, it's flipped.
Oh. Got it.
So I was like, nigga, you want him to fight 20 niggas? Really? Really? You just want him to be Superman and shit. I'm not saying he can't defend your honor. The way I put it, I was like, look, I'm going to punch
that nigga to blunt.
I'm going to punch the first. I'm going to punch the nigga that touched your ass, and you better be able to run. I can't fight 20 niggas.
If you on the street, where the fuck you gonna run to? The other side of the street?
If we walking past some niggas, yeah.
You gonna run to the other side of the street like they ain't got the same legs, they ain't seen the same street.
No, I'm running away.
What are you talking about?
I'm not running to across the street. I'm running away. I'm not gonna fight. You gonna fight 20 niggas, Tyler?
What?
You gonna Fight 20 niggas, Tyler?
For who?
Your girl, if they slap your girl's ass.
Exactly, for who?
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to punch the one nigga that did it and then be taken off.
I'm not even going to put myself in that situation, bro.
But I hear you. I hear you. I don't disagree. But like, even my mom said, she's like, because I asked her, I was like, what would you want dad to do? Fight the nigga? I was like,
that nigga gonna, first thing that nigga gonna pull out is that chrome.
I was like, yo, Mom, there's 20. I said the number. I was like, there's 20 niggas. She was like, well, I'll help. I'm like, niggas, you're not even mathing right.
You pull out that chrome, he gonna subtract.
Well, since you keep saying chrome and trying to
subtracting in this moment.
Trying to indict niggas, you seen last topic, you seen Shawn Kemp?
That nigga's 57 years old, bro.
So do you even know what happened?
It was out I'm hearing it was out self-defense, and I can't believe that because I do not believe a 56-year-old nigga is running around.
Well, do you know the story?
He was in it was like a Walmart parking lot or something like that, wasn't it?
I don't know what. I know it was a parking lot.
Like a grocery store parking lot from what it looked like.
So, Shawn Kemp had an iPhone, I guess, in the car, and his iPhone got stolen from his belongings. And mind you, he's in like Tacoma. So he's in Washington. So like anyone that knows Shawn Kemp, like he's obviously a legend and shit. Tracked his phone down. Proceeded to spin the block on the parking lot. I guess dude saw him, and was like, nah, fuck that, and started shooting at Shawn Kemp. So Shawn Kemp was shooting back in self-defense. So I don't think he's gonna get any charges or anything like that. But
niggas went to war over a phone, bro.
Shawn, I mean, he's a celebrity. Who knows who he could have in his phone? He could have Gary Payton in his phone. He could have a bunch of people that could cause a lot of like harm with social media and all that shit.
Yeah.
Do I think it was worth bringing the chopper and then going to the shootout for? Like, at first I thought Shawn was just wilding, but at the same time, let me just make this very clear. Some of you will trace your phone, and your phone be in the trap house. Mama, that phone gone. Like, you know, some of y'all might be lucky and you'll see in the parking lot, and if you Shawn Kemp and you really feel like you about it, you might go and up that bitch. Some of y'all might not be as lucky. Some of your phone be smack dab in the hood on the trap. And you talk about, let's go get my phone back. I'm like, nigga, no. The fuck?
You gonna leave Earth with that phone. You gonna without that phone. You gonna leave Earth without that phone. Like, so you and that phone gonna be lost.
The moment you touch that fucking phone, we both gone. But I don't know. Niggas wildin'.
They gonna have to find you app.
Find you app is hilarious.
This nigga in the ground somewhere.
Say a nigga 6 feet away.
Yeah, bro. I'm so tired, bro. What the fuck this nigga doing on the outskirts of town for?
Just stand up real quick. Hey, nigga, it says he's right.
Niggas below ground, all type of shit.
Like, you hear the music playing.
Put this nigga in a blunt.
Nigga on a shirt.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done, though.
Yo, imagine if they put the location on a shirt. Like, they really put the tag, like, say it was on one of those Apple Air tags or whatever, and it was just all the
They got a whole radar on the damn thing, nigga.
Oh, that's crazy. Now that we put it in wax.
Drop a pin on
Drop a pin on a nigga, send his location.
Oh, fuck.
Wow. That's funny. Yo, what do you think of NFL free agency? Like, so far? I guess this would be the last topic for.
As far as our free agency going?
Like I said, ours.
I
Niggas sound annoyed.
I think it's cool. For everybody else. I think everybody else is getting what they need.
Yeah, man, we were sure the line getting right, thank God. And then we got a backup quarterback that's solid. We might look all right.
For who?
Us, nigga.
Yeah,
you just said y'all signed.
Y'all look all right for other niggas that playing you. Yeah. That's a
first. Y'all got first of all, A-Rod ain't left yet, so Still his division.
That nigga could stay exactly where he's at and still have the same niggas around him, and it will still be the same outcome as it was at the end of the season for him. So he could run it back all he wants if he wants to.
I don't know. Do you think, like, would you want Lamar if you guys could get him? Because talk about y'all and Miami and maybe Atlanta. If I'm Lamar, I'm going to Detroit. I don't even like y'all niggas like that, but like that's with that running game. Well, y'all ain't signed Jamal Williams. I need to get on that. I don't know what the fuck y'all doing, but that's a tough team.
It's been 48 hours, bro. That nigga going.
That's a tough team.
Is it though?
Yes, with Lamar, it's a hell of an upgrade. Don't you do it.
Fairly
upgrade?
Fairly. Because that nigga be getting hurt.
That's the only saving grace of Jared Goff.
He low-key be putting the ball in harm's way.
He don't, though.
Compared to Jared Goff? Jared Goff went 6 straight games without throwing a fucking interception.
How you do the year before last?
He finished the whole year without throwing an interception.
But the year before last?
What?
It was turnover prone for a while.
The nigga was in a new system. He was just dropped there. He was like, all right. He got traded in the middle of the fucking season.
No.
Yes, last year?
No.
Because that was Stafford's first year. He won a ring his first year with the Rams.
But it wasn't in the middle of the season. It was in the off season.
It was in the middle of the season.
No. Because that's saying that Stafford got traded in the middle of the season.
Oh, yeah. No, it was in the off season.
Yeah.
That was like right after. I feel like.
It was pretty much like around this time.
It was in March.
Because it was like, because I guess some niggas was like Cabo or some shit. And I was like, yeah, let's set this shit up.
Anyway, yeah, nigga was still filling shit out. It's a new system, everything new. Being a dirty ass, grimy ass, but it's home, You gotta love it. You gotta respect it.
I'd still go for Lamar.
Of course you would. Anything better than Russ, bro.
I would go Lamar if I had Goff too.
I'm saying for you, are you picking Lamar over Russ?
I wouldn't do it now.
I wouldn't do it ever.
What?
I wouldn't do it ever.
Why?
I'm wholeheartedly going Russ over Lamar.
You just called Lamar a fairly better upgrade than Jared Goff.
Fairly better. Because it's Jared Goff. If we're going Jared Goff compared to Russ, I'm going Russ.
Outside of this last year, I would go, yeah. But
outside of this last, I don't know what the fuck that nigga was doing over there. And
that nigga was tripping. But Lamar, I want to see where Lamar goes. Because I do hope he leaves Baltimore because them niggas is not trying to help him at all. Especially if they can give and it's crazy too because I keep slandering them. But
I tell you, nigga, that they do. I tell you who they doing dirty. Jameis Winston. Oh my god, they need that nigga just need to be.
He turned the ball over too much.
They gave this nigga $8 million just to be like, hey, you just gonna be in back of these two niggas.
Bro, you turned the ball over too much. Fuck, bro,
I'm Jameis, bro. I'm out. Y'all ain't disrespecting me for a year and a half, bro.
Nigga disrespect the ball, bro.
It's crazy.
You be disrespecting the ball, eating the W and shit. Like, bro, just take care of the ball. You can't play offense without the ball, Jalen. Or Jameis. I don't know what
they be holding this shit out, Jameis Winston, boy. The Saint, yeah.
Oh, the Saints might need to fuck around and trade him to Miami. Because Tua. But come on. I ain't got to say it now. Like, come on, bro. Be fucking for real.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But, you want to say your closing statement for episode 116?
Episode 116 has been a great pleasure feeding your listening ears to us. And we couldn't thank you guys more for tuning in every time as far as a new podcast goes up. We love you guys and appreciate you all the time. As we wrap up almost a third of this as we get into almost the spring season, get all this winter depression out of us, just remember that, just keep your mind, body, spirit, everything safe, and just go according to plan. Whatever that you got going, just tunnel vision that shit. Just go according to plan. Whatever you got, make sure it gets dealt with, handled, and you keep moving forward any way that you can possible. Please. That's all I ask of you. Just get better, please.
And once I figure out the way to upload these 2 episodes, I'll upload them and then I'll get back to the shorts. I got 99. Well, not done, but I got the ones that I want to clip. So, I mean, any episode of the Tyler Brian Hour with the video that you guys see, if you see a funny moment to where, like, within a minute, because I want to be able to post it everywhere, please add me or Tyler so I could get it, so I could clip it and make it a funny moment for TikTok and shorts like that. And then also shout out to everybody that listens to the podcast. I've had people tell me, like, yo, I listen to the podcast on the plane. I listen to the podcast at work.
That's just love, man.
That's just dope, man. That's just dope. And that's why I want to, like, really get on you, because the list, I ain't gonna lie, the list is the best it's ever looked. Like, the amount of people that want to be on the podcast, the amount of people that want to talk to the podcast. We even got some women guests. Like, the women list is coming along, which is kind of crazy, because I feel like we kind of stagnant in that list. I mean, we've had some dope women on the podcast, of course, but like, just as far as, like, the numbers go, like, we could get way more. And I'm just ready to work, ready to hopefully get a spot so we can really grind, really ready to not have any more technical fucking issues, so I could fucking put the work out and not be backed up. Goddamn. Because I'll be neglecting my own channel, and I'll be neglecting sleep because of all this shit, but I love it. But yeah, man. Until next time. Bye. Ugh.